Hello, this is Jim. I'm showing the Zoho projects for our team members to see if it'll be something that we can utilize for our um, project management for the data learning that we're working on. In front of me is Zoho projects. So the email I sent you guys for activation, if you just reply to it and sign up for an account, this is what you'll see when you come into it. It's my home. It shows my projects, my tasks, my work calendar, my timesheet, my meetings. Um, this is the general portal for going in, and as you look at it, you can see there's activities that say across the projects, and they're all basically me adding different things and completing things that we've done. I'm trying to include the infrastructure that Peggy sent and all the stuff we had in our to-dos. So I may need some help bringing it all up to date, but I think it's pretty close. Um, Obviously, it shows we are 20 of 39 tasks done, and milestones, because I didn't put all milestones in, we're at 1 of 7. So, where you would go to next would be to the project name, DL um, Collaboration, DOL. And shows your picture if you had no picture, and then it shows latest activities right here. And then we can start seeing where we are. Well, it shows we're 33% because I've put in some of our previous stuff. It shows up the today tasks. Pick a role for the skit. I put that in. Preferences for the next meetings. And dry run on Sunday. Recent documents I imported from Google Docs are the ones right down here. So it's kind of a nice little portal thing. And here's all the activities that have happened today with the project. So these are things I've added or completed. And this is where you can put in um, uh, things that you're doing that you want to let the rest of the group know. So I am making a instructive video for the group. And then you just hit enter, and it comes in there and just shows right there as a black as a status, and that's what I added. So it's a nice way to have some communication about things. So let's go to the place where we want to look at. So the first place we'll go to is tasks and milestones. That's the first place we'll go to. And as you see, as it opens up here, you can put a new task in here. You can filter them by the owner, by the status if it's open or opened or closed. Closed means it's done, or by time. As you look at it here, I've added lists. So April's cohort session is 15th to the 17th. That's what Peggy put in. Begin design phase 3 of the design process. Well, we're into that right now, but that's where you would add other subtasks. So these are lists. So, and then March, and then design team meeting she's added. I've added these other things, and this is her general one right here. We can change these or modify them as we need to. And then I've broken them out to tasks for completing individual reflection paper, tasks for DT4 presenting the day of learning, tasks for finalizing design for the day of learning, work that needs to be done for the for meeting with Catherine, tasks for the giving the data of the needs assessment to the cohort. As you see here, you have all these different little tasks here, and then you can add notes to them, as I've done here. And then you can assign who is going to do it, which would address our need for specific assignability, and then the due date and the status of them. And when you find one that you're done with, just click on it, and you click on it right here, and you would click on mark as complete. It's all easily moved and everything like that, so it's kind of handy that way. I'll keep on going down. So that's how you do that. And then if you want to look at the milestones, so that's the next one right there. Milestones are the ones that we've added. Milestones are basically large pillars. Meet with Catherine, finalize the day of learning, present the day of learning, individual reflection paper. Those are the kind of the big milestones that I had. And so obviously this one's overdue. Present the syllabus when finished. So we can add new milestones along the way also. But you can see these are all present ones. I haven't added the previous ones we had. Then you can have lots of fun things like dependencies, and so you can see who is a predecessor, or what can as you're trying to figure out who gets what done first, you can add that right here and just and go into it. And then the Gantt view, which everyone loves to look at, is very visual, shows us where we are in our meeting and where we're done with this, and it shows all the different tasks and what we're doing. And so that's kind of that. And then task reports, obviously, who got what tasks to see if we're being equitable. Open task by milestone, as you can see. And then open task by priority. And so it's kind of fun. Open task by owner and then close task by owner. See who's getting stuff done, who's not getting stuff done. So that's basically all the task stuff. Okay, the other option we have here to add is the calendar. So if you click on calendar, it will show you all of our little tasks. So if you hover over it, right here, meeting 1, it'll show all the meetings. So this is DT, all our DT meetings right here, right here, right here. And these are meetings that have happened in the past, obviously. And then you can see all the duration of them. And we can always schedule a new meeting here. It goes out to all the cohort members, all the members of the project. So that's kind of handy. In addition, you can see so these are the upcoming meetings I have right now on here. So you can also associate documents with them if you want to, like our Google Docs, or just add plain notes. These will come out as emails, and then if you just type on the bottom of the email and add notes to it, it'll all go back into the notes for the meeting. So it's kind of nice that way. The next portion of it is the documents. And these documents came all the way across from our Google Docs. I just imported them all in, and they're all just sitting there, and we can access them. And in here, instead of using Google Docs, it uses Zoho Writer, which is no big deal. Just tap on it, and it will come across. And this is what theirs looks like, and that's like one of our documents right there. And it can be edited and put back like we did before. So that is it in a nutshell. The goal of presenting this to you, obviously, is I've done some work on this, and Peggy did some work with the project, so to make it some kind of value add for our group would be really helpful. I know this can be a little overwhelming, and I'm okay with not using this tool, but it helps us to figure out accountabilities and role clarification, I believe, and it's worth a conversation. I presented this with too many ums, so I apologize for that. But this is something you can take a look at. It'll take a few minutes, and it will generate some conversation in a future meeting. But our timeline's getting compressed, so I felt that I needed to show this to you to kind of get a no-go or go to this. And I would be willing to take on the necessary requirements with helping with Peggy. I think Peggy would help also of maintaining this all the way through with tasks. But I think it could keep us on task, literally, and our milestones. So it answered a couple of needs that came out of the conversations, the norms we were searching for at previous meetings. So thanks for your time with this. I greatly appreciate it.